Well, if you've been watching our program, then you know we recently told you about a place near Tecumseh where you can learn about what's known as hedge apples.
They are also called Osage oranges, and they can be found at the Osage Wildlife Management Area. In this segment, we take a closer look at the Wildlife Management Area itself and what visitors can enjoy with a visit to this outdoor destination.
Hello, Nebraska. We are in Johnson County on the Osage Wildlife Management Area, and joining me now is Kyle Smith.
Yep, my official title is Fish and Wildlife Biologist, stationed down here in Johnson County, and I'm responsible for management of our wildlife management areas down here in this part of the state.
This is a beautiful area, so tell me a little bit about the Osage Wildlife Management Area.
Osage WMA is one of about 15 wildlife management areas that the Osage crew is responsible for managing. These areas were funded, through the Habitat Bill that went through the state back in the 80s. I don't know if you're familiar with the Habitat stamp or not, but that's a fee collected by the state of Nebraska, and it's required if you're going to hunt small game and waterfowl in Nebraska. So all those funds were used to purchase WMAs just like this to provide recreation for hunters, anglers, outdoor enthusiasts. So we're tasked for providing that opportunity, maintaining the areas, improving the habitat for hunters, anglers, and wildlife.
You've already mentioned some of it, but what are some of the things that people can do when they come to this wildlife area?
The big one is hunting and fishing, but it's open to the public. Some people come out, go for walks on the area. Not this area, but other areas are open for target shooting. But the main one is hunting and fishing, specifically probably deer hunting and quail hunting in this part of the state.
If they have the permit, do they just come here or do they have to register or anything like
nope,
that?
They're open to the public 24/7. Anybody can come out and use these areas. What's unique about wildlife management areas, in order to hunt, you need to have stamps and permits. So it's a user-based funding system. So our hunters and anglers are paying for their opportunity to come out and use these lands by purchasing permits.
What are some of the things that you've been trying to build back up or preserve?
On all of our WMAs, we are just trying to mimic the habitat that was here historically. And we had a lot of oak woodlands and a lot of tallgrass prairie in this part of the state. So we're trying to maintain that habitat and improve that habitat.
You mentioned fishing, right? There's fishing here. I mean, what kind of fish can anglers get?
Yeah, on our WMAs down here, we pretty much just have some ponds and a couple lakes. So catfish, bass, bluegill.
So is there anything else you'd like to talk about at the management, something that I may have missed that you're proud of or you think is really cool?
I just think it's really neat to have historic habitat still on the ground, some really good chunks of native oak woodlands and native grasslands, and it's just such a good resource for the wildlife in this region and also for the people to come out here and use it.
So one of the things that is kind of unique to this area, to the management area, is what's called the hedge apple. Explain a little bit about those.
Yeah, the hedge apple comes from the Osage orange tree, and that is what the wildlife management area was named after because we had so many hedgerows planted here.
So yeah, they're kind of a unique fruit. I mean, they're not really edible for people, but they look kind of weird and kind of like out of this world, science fiction type stuff.
Yep.
So that's something that people can come and see down here as well.
We have plenty of them here.
All right. Well, Kyle, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Once again, we are in Johnson County at the Osage Wildlife Management Area, all part of Pure Nebraska.